great job keeping it down in distance where it is, 3rd and short.
At the very least, they're in field goal range for Chris Boswell. 3rd down and 3. On the Washington 26. No pressure. Brown has it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
You're seeing 2 in the 500th catch for Antonio Brown, and you're seeing 2 of the very best in the world do what they do best.
There is a flag down.
Once again, it's Antonio Brown lined up to their left, away from Josh Norman, and they've isolated Breland a couple times, and it's paid off big time. What a
No, I'm so fucking stupid.
Why don't you take off the batteries?
No, I can move it over here. I accidentally pressed the button.
Conduct. Pittsburgh, number 84. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, putting his experience dancing, unfortunately, to bad use there. He made it to the semifinals of Dancing with the Stars during the offseason, so it was an awesome experience. Apparently, he wasn't quite ready to give up the dancing. I think the judges would have liked that.
That's why he didn't win it.
Boswell. That's the extra point. No Le'Veon Bell, no Heath Miller, no Martavis Bryant. No problem. Ben Roethlisberger, magnificent. And the Steelers are pulling away.
We believe that light beer shouldn't compromise on taste. And we hold true to that belief. We have to. It's tattooed on our neck. Spelled different because it's brewed different. There are conductors, and then there are maestros.
If you don't freaking move,
He leads with confidence,
get out of the way.
exactness, inspiration.
I'll let you go.
At GMC, we're in tune with that degree of precision. It's that kind of performance that deserves a standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the GMC Acadia. The next generation SUV has arrived.
You're different. Sooner or later, different scares people.
Your son has highly advanced cognitive skills. I have difficulty socializing with other people, even though I want to.
This guy risks his life uncooking the books for some of the scariest people on the planet.
Imagine the secrets he has.
If their secrets get too big, killing you may be the cost of doing business.
We have to go to the police.
Police can't protect you.
Who survives this kind of clientele?
The Accountant, rated R.
We crushed it last week, buddy.
You
scored 2 touchdowns. I put you in my lineup.
We did it.
Without NFL.com fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
You, fly often?
Yes.
It's not too late to play. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy.
Ben Roethlisberger just made history. That completion to Antonio Brown, the 500th connection between the two of them. 6th catch of the night for Brown. So Ben now has 500 or more completions to 3 different teammates. The others, Hines Ward and Heath Miller. The only quarterback in the history of the NFL to do that. Peyton Manning is the only quarterback who had done it with 2 different teammates. Beyond Roethlisberger, Manning completed 953 to Marvin Harrison, 779 to Reggie Wayne with the Colts. I think I could complete passes to Antonio Brown.
You might. And you're not very good, Sean, but you might be. This guy's a great receiver. And everybody in the stadium knows where the ball's going, and it doesn't matter.
You talk to the Steeler players and coaches about him, it's really the result of the work ethic as much as anything else. Prolific. First return kickoff of the night, Will Blackman, former Boston College Eagle, brought it back to the 31 before he paid the price. Sean Davis and Shamarko Thomas combine on the stop.
Don't
They
be
moved early,
surprised.
but they haven't done anything lately with Kirk Cousins and this Redskin offense.
Excuse me, Sean, but don't be surprised if Washington just doesn't jump into their 2-minute offense. They've got to find a way to get Cousins in rhythm. The Steelers have not blitzed. They were known for blitzing coming in here, but it's been a lot of different zone coverages that have paid off tonight.
Out of character, but it's worked very well. Yeah, Jones trying to get something going on the ground. A couple of nice moves. And a 12-yard gain. First down, here's Lisa Salters.
Well, Sean, there's a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. Yes, he's making $20 million under the franchise tag, but he didn't get the extension that he wanted, so he knows he's got to prove himself all over again this season. One-hit wonder. That's the phrase that he brought up to us. He says he knows that there are people out there who might be thinking that about him, that his success last season, leading the league in completion percentage, maybe that was a fluke. So a lot of pressure on him to do it all over again and prove that he could be the guy here in Washington.
So again, Snyder, the Redskins owner, they want him to be the man going forward. They have faith and belief in him. He's on target to Deshaun Jackson. They talked about a contract extension in the offseason. They couldn't agree on it. And Cousins did say he got an amazing raise. He made $600,000 last year. He's making $20 million. So no matter how it goes beyond this, if you live your life right, you're set for life.
This league is a business. Kirk knows that. Everybody knows that. He's got to perform to get what he wants, and that's what the Redskins want.
Well, he's got to prove himself. He said when he went to Michigan State for his official visit, he didn't have a scholarship offer. He had to convince them to give him a scholarship, and that worked out well for the Spartans and for Kirk. Again, Deshaun Jackson the catch. And they're moving again. They're back into Pittsburgh territory for the 5th time tonight.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends on the field. Paul, Vernon Davis, and Jordan Reed. And you would think this is a running formation, but when you split out Davis, Paul, Jordan Reed against the base defense, you create some matchup problems.
Here comes a rare Pittsburgh blitz. Tonight they rushed 5, and this will stop the play. A false start against Washington.
Penalties have killed the Redskins.
False start. Offense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty.
Josh Lurie, the center, Corey Lichtensteiger. Let's see if he moved the football. It's a point of emphasis. The blitz is going to be coming right up the middle. And Lichtensteiger, I think, turned that football early, and that's been a big point of emphasis. Watch the ball. I don't know what they saw there. He must have got out early. Big penalty.
And they have faith in Lichtensteiger, where he did trade for Brian Stork in the preseason. Chris Thompson the catch. Stork failed his physical after coming over from New England. The trade got voided. Lichtensteiger remains the center.
Keep an eye on these underneath defenders. Shazier, 50. Timmons, 94. The underneath coverage of the Steelers, they're dropping deep. They're forcing the ball underneath, and man, have they come up. They made some beautiful tackles.
Cousins caught, first down. Pierre Garçon out at the 20-yard line. Russ Cockrell pushed him out.
I look down there, I see head coach Mike Tomlin. Shaw, he was the secondary coach when I was coaching in Tampa. And this defense they're running, it looks like our defense we ran in Tampa. A lot of zone coverage, not a lot of blitzing. They're forcing the opponent to be patient and self-destruct. And that's what's happened tonight with penalties and the interception by Cousins.
Mike Tomlin, a former assistant under my colleague John Bruton with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jones.
Another penalty.
It's going to be a hold against Washington.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And John, this has to be tough for you. Your fingerprints are really all over this game. Jay obviously is your brother. He coached with you on that same staff with Mike Tomlin. Jay and Mike Tomlin are good friends. And we met with Mike Tomlin last night. He said to you, Coach, you're supposed to do this game. I mean, you have a lot of friends. You have your son on the Redskins sideline as the get-back coach, but you have a lot of people on both sides. Tomlin and your brother were young assistants in 02-03 when you led the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl win over the Oakland Raiders.
Certainly do. I'm proud of those guys. Mean a lot to me.
Cousins, short.
Oh, no, you stupid
dog. By Sean Davis, the rookie out of Maryland. We grew up right here in Washington, D.C., and has about 25 friends and family members in attendance here tonight that he got tickets for, and probably many others who found their own way in.
But this defense of the Steelers has really forced Washington to be patient, and they've not done a good job of that tonight. Watch Cousins. He's had plenty of time to throw the football. Going to have to take these underneath completions. Here's another loose zone coverage.
The four-man rush, Garcon leads his way to the 16-yard line. Sean Davis in on the stop again with William Gay, the 10-year veteran out of Louisville. Pickup of 8. We're down under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. John, would you like to see the Redskins with a little more urgency in their case?
I would, but it's critical here at the end of the third quarter that they try to make this a two-score football game. Got to get good play selection here. Go with your go-to call inside the red zone. And I think Jay Gruden's in 4-down territory.
Looking for their first touchdown of the season. Only a three-man rush this time, all day for Cousins, and that is way out of bounds in the general direction of Jamison Crowder.
Kirk Cousins has to step up and run. I mean, it's 3rd down and 7. It's a 3-man rush. Watch these Steelers bail out of there. There's nobody going to be open. There's going to be 8 men in coverage. You got a clean pocket, step up and run for it. But don't throw the ball away. You got a chance to make something happen with your legs against these 3-man rushes, and it's gotten the best of him tonight.
One more time to find a receiver. As you said, he wasn't really pressured. Here's Dustin Hopkins, already connected from 31 and 40, and now from 34 yards. 3:01 to go, third quarter. Monday Night Football from Landover, Maryland.
We're going to bring it till they tell us to go home.
Everybody dance now.
This is how we roll right here. I think we've seen it all now here on SportsCenter.
You grow the crops, drill the oil, pave the roads, build the houses. You're an important part of the fabric of this community. So when your life is interrupted by an accident, look to Young Woldridge. We've been a part of the same community for over 77 years, and we understand that sometimes bad things happen to good people. When those things happen, you can count on us to be with you every step of the way. Young Woldridge, working hard for Kern County since 1939.
You've got a lot of choices, but only one decision when it comes to buying a used vehicle. Bill Wright Toyota is that choice. And here's why. Only a Toyota dealer can sell a factory-backed certified vehicle. No other certified comes close. We offer a huge inventory. Our reconditioning standards are second to none. Our prices save you big. You get a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We buy your car whether you need another or not. If credit's an issue, we've got a solution. And we have a service department where many used car dealers don't. Do yourself a favor. Make the choice at Bill Wright Toyota.
Once upon a time, in a faraway castle, there lived a happy king and happy queen. One night, their kingdom was invaded by an evil enchantment. The king slept soundly, but not so the queen. And on the morrow, the king became familiar with the queen's distress. The wise king called upon Gundlax to destroy the evil enchantment. Gundlax defeated the wicked curse, and the kingdom was happy once again. Defend your kingdom. Call Gundlax.
Kirk Cousins, Sean McVay, Sean Jackson still searching for answers and trying to find their first touchdown of the night on that Washington sideline.
Great protection, 3-man rush. You got to run. Try to create something with your legs, a scramble drill, but don't throw the ball away. And I'm sure Jay Gruden's saying, hey, we prepared for the blitz, but they're not blitzing. They're rushing 3 guys. We got to use your legs to create some offense. And credit the Steelers. They have come in here with huge blitz tendencies and have played nothing but zone.
Dustin Hopkins kicks off. It'll be another touchback. Well, Coach John Gruden surprised some area youth football teams over the weekend. He paid a visit to the James Lee Razorbacks and the Annandale Bulldogs in Falls Church, Virginia. Saturday afternoon, we can report that the Razorbacks won the game. But both teams were winners. They got a visit from a legendary coach and television personality. And John presented checks to both coaches for $2,000, gave a pep talk, mingled with the kids.
Man, I love these kids that get off the couch and go play football. We had a blast.
Dick's Sporting Goods, a big help.
Huge.
With our weekly initiative as we go around the country. We'll try somebody next week in Chicagoland. D'Angelo Williams out to the 30-yard line.
D'Angelo Williams. Last year, 5 different games, he carried the ball 20 or more times. And he has a lot to do with me being fired in Tampa because he drove me crazy in Carolina. And now he's down there tormenting my brother. Shame on you, D'Angelo. What a player he is.
66 yards rushing. Le'Veon Bell's a great talent. Having a hard time getting his act together. And there's not much drop-off when this guy's in the game. You mentioned, John, as Williams gets within 2 of another first down. His prolific career with Carolina and at the University of Memphis before. He, Tony Dorsett, and Ricky Williams are the only players in the history of the NFL and college football who rushed for 6,000 yards in both college and the NFL.
And again, he sets up a short yardage situation where they have dominated the game with Roethlisberger, Williams, and the possibility of them pulling it and throwing it.
Under a minute to go, third quarter. Third down and 2. They're 7 for 11 on third down. Brown can't hang on with Rashad Breeland closing in quickly.
That's a huge stop for the Redskin defense. Tricky motion by Antonio Brown. Fooled the Redskins. Ben just missed the throw.
Jordan Berry to punt. Just the second time tonight. First was after their first possession when they went 3 and out. Jamison Crowder catches it at his 6th. And he brought it back to the 22. Vince Williams running down to cover the punt. 61-yard punt, 16 yards return. 19 seconds to go in the quarter. That's another area, John, your brother wants to see improvement punt return. They were 31st in the league last year in punt return. They said Crowder's too talented. We need to give him more help to bring the ball back.
They do indeed. And let's see if Cousins can try to create something against these loose Steelers zone coverages. Credit Randall Gay, Cockrell at left corner, and here's another one.
Takes it down to Matt Jones. He gets 9. Banged to the turf by Ryan Shazier on what might be the last play of the quarter. Look for a moment like Cousins might bring them right up to the line, but the quarter's going to end. Impressive start to the season through 3 quarters for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road on Monday night.
You can't always protect her. Make sure her tires will. The Michelin Premier Tire with Evergrip technology. Even when half worn, it's still safe. Safe when new, safe when worn.
Rated M for mature. Can't keep doing this. I have to. I know you're trying to create a myth, but be careful you don't turn into a monster. Sometimes you need a monster. There is room for Bruce and Batman inside that suit.
Batman, the Telltale series. In stores now. Also available for download.
I joined the Army in July of '98. I did active duty 11 years and 2 in the reserve.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident
When I call USA, it was that voice asking me, is your daughter okay? That's where I felt relief.
It actually helped to know that somebody else cared and wanted to make sure that I was okay. That was really great.
We're the Rivera family, and we don't be with USAA for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Call today to talk about your insurance needs.
Do you believe the United States is the greatest country in the world?
You ready for a little action?
They're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for all of you too.
Snowden, rated R.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
The new season. Let's get it started. Let's go. We're all the way up. It's time. The new Sunday NFL Countdown.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
It's a Monday Night Football doubleheader to get the season started. Coming up next, Todd Gurley and the Los Angeles Rams. After 22 years in St. Louis, back in Los Angeles, but on the road tonight in San Francisco to take on the 49ers. That's coming up next with Chris Berman, Steve Young, and Lindsey Zarniak. On to the fourth quarter here in Washington, D.C. Chris Thompson.
And here's the zone coverage that I'm talking about. Here's a three-man rush. Look at the 8 different Steelers fanning the field in zone coverage. You got to find the loose defenders and find completions. Here's a case where they have 7 in coverage with a 4-man rush. Just check the ball down, and that's what Cousins just did here to Jordan Reed. But the Steelers, Sean, they're missing Senquez Golden, the corner who's a second-rounder. Artie Burns, their first-round pick, a corner out of Miami, not playing. They don't have the coverage people to match up with these receivers. Keith Butler knows it. That's why they're playing all this zone coverage and forcing Cousins to check it down.
Cousins throws, good ball. His best throw of the night on target to Pierre Garçon back into Pittsburgh territory at the 37-yard line.
And Keith Butler can't be happy with Cockrell. He's responsible for the flat sink. Get underneath it. Don't let him have these chunk plays. Make him throw the ball underneath.
19-yard gain. He's going deep again on target, and a good catch as Jamison Crowder got belted by Mike Mitchell. But it's a first down, and if Washington can punch it in the end zone here, all of a sudden it's a one-score game.
Stephon Tuitt pounded Kirk Cousins.
Five catches tonight for the second-year man out of Duke, Crowder. Over the middle. Vernon Davis escapes. Inside the 10. And down to the 1-yard line.
Saw it yesterday, San Diego, Kansas City game. You just run out of gas. In Pittsburgh, do they have enough pass rushers? Here's Vernon Davis doing what he did in San Francisco, taking short passes for big gain.
His first catch as a Redskin, number 462 of his career. First and goal, Chris Thompson with the first touchdown of the night for Washington.
Pick up the tempo. We talked about it in the pregame. Fatigue. It takes its toll on the defensive linemen as much as anybody because they have to rush the passer repeatedly, pound the ball off the right side. It's a nice job by Thompson. Bouncing it for 6.
Vernon Davis showing he can still block at the right end of that line. So a very important extra point for Hopkins, who was 39 out of 40 last year. He makes it to be an 8-point game, a one-scored game with 13 minutes to go. And you talked about it in the top of the telecast. Substitution problems.
Here's another one.
They're not going to get the kickoff.
So this will be a 37-yard extra point and a huge extra point because it makes it a one-possession game. Jay's looking for Ben Kotwika, the special teams coach. We saw it yesterday. You see it all the time early in these regular season games. Substitution, communication, fatigue issues late in games.
Equivalent of a 38-yard kick now. Here's a 38-yard kick, and it's right down the middle. They moved quickly that time, using just 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go 77 yards.
I've been an Army paratrooper for 12 years. I've logged hundreds of jumps in the course of my career. For the past 6 years, I've been a Navy Federal member too. Thanks to my Gold Rewards credit card, every time I pay for something like this, I'm earning rewards.
If you get scared, big guy, Cliff and I got you. Cliff's been driving a boat for 6 months, pretty solid now. Parasailing!
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Well, she loves to say, well, fantastic. A lot.
I do say that.
I study psychobiology. I'm a fine arts major.
Nobody really believes that I take notes this way, but they actually make sense to me.
I try to balance my studying with the typical college experience. This Windows DC is a lifesaver. Being able to pull up different articles, different parts of the screen is so convenient.
I used to be a Mac user, but this is way better.
With full game replays, you can replay entire games, which gives you more football. Start your free trial at NFL.com/Game Pass.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by NFL Game Pass. Replay every game this season. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial. This franchise founded as the Boston Braves in 1932, moved to Washington in 1937. They won 5 World Championships, 3 Super Bowl titles. Joe Theismann, among the many Redskin legends here tonight. Doug Williams is also here. On the field before the game tonight, Sonny Jurgensen, part of the radio broadcast. Dustin Hopkins kicks off. Oh, boy. Fitzgerald Toussaint. That's the first kickoff of the night by Hopkins. It wasn't a touchback, and they brought it out a couple of yards beyond the 25-yard line. Well, let's go back to what we talked about in the pregame with Susie and company, the issues that coaches are most concerned about in the first game.
Well, communication. You've seen the Redskins struggle with some pre-snap penalties.